Step number one of building the box ukulele is to build the heel block. The heel block is made out of 3 pieces of wood, 1, 2, 3, and it's all made out of the same poplar that makes the neck. We have a 28-inch piece of poplar here that we're going to cut down into the 4 pieces that we're going to use for the neck and the heel block. The first step is going to be to trim down one end on the miter saw to make sure that it is square. We just took off about 1/4 of an inch, and now it's nice and square on the end, and we're going to do our measurements. We're going to do each measurement and then cut. We are not going to do all the measurements at once. And the first measurement will be 6 for the main part of the heel block. When we're cutting, we want to put the saw next to the line, that is to say on the outside of the line, so that we cut a true 6 inches. We're going to repeat the process for the next 2 pieces of the heel block, these little guys in there, which measure to 2 1/4 inch. We now have the 3 pieces of the heel, and when you put them together, you're going to see that there's a space there for the neck. So the next thing will be to cut the neck to length. The length of the neck is 16 inches. We now have 2 very important elements of the box ukulele ready to go. The neck is cut. We're going to save that for later. And now we're going to assemble the heel block. The heel block is going to be put together with some glue and tape. And when we glue these pieces on, we're not so concerned with the outside edges matching up. We're much more concerned with the inside edges being tight. So I'm going to use that little leftover piece of wood that I had, and we're going to use it as a spacer here to make sure that these pieces get glued on tight and really squeeze that, because we want our neck to have a really tight joint. Now's a good time to decide which pieces will face outside. It's a choice you get to make, and you can find the most attractive side of the wood to face out. Spread the glue on the small blocks, not on the big block, so that you don't get excess in the notch area. Use enough glue so that it really soaks into the pores, and for the first one, you can line it up on the outside edge. For the second piece, you'll need to use the small leftover block as the spacer and squeeze the ends in tight, and also line them up all the way around. Next, you'll use a couple of long pieces of tape to hold the 2 side blocks in place. As you put the second piece of tape on, check again to make sure that the spacer block is in there really tight. Congratulations, you have completed step 1, building the heel block.